So you're an expert, a coach, a consultant, you sell high ticket products, and you're sitting there saying, how do I sell more? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about one tool that's going to unlock your ability to sell 24/7, 365, and beyond just sell to everybody and anybody, but help you really attract the right customers, the right ideal clients. So you're not spending time on sales calls with people who aren't a good fit. And this is really one of my favorite tools to use. And so what we're going to do is we're going to hop into this computer. I'm going to show you how you can leverage this tool that, again, 24/7, 365 will work for you. And here's what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine and really think, who is the best salesperson for your business? Who is that? It's probably you, right? Because who else is going to have the conviction? Who else is going to have the love for their customer? And who else is actually going to show up and see it through? It's going to be you. So this is a way. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can duplicate yourself to where you can work 24/7, 365, book calls, and grow your business. So if you're ready, if you're down, if you're ready to scale and make it happen, let's hop in the computer. I'll see you on the inside. Friend, welcome to inside of the computer. Now, what we're about to do is talk about VSLs. And if you've never heard of a VSL before, it stands for Video Sales Letter. And specifically, what I want to talk about today is for those of you who sell a high ticket product or service, over the $3,000 price point into, you know, the numbers keep going up. So, you sell a $100,000 thing, cool. If you sell a $5,000 thing, cool. If you sell above that, great. But it's really for those who go through the process of needing a sales call and talking about specifically how a VSL can benefit you in that process. Now, if you do e-com, I believe in VSLs for there too. Just a little bit different than what you would necessarily do in a sales call process. But for those of you who don't know, let me introduce you to the VSL. So, a video sales letter is a marketing tool that allows you to qualify or filter your leads, to attract and pull in the right prospects, and to sell your product or service. Now, for those of you who are like, okay, I understand a video, but what's a sales letter? Sales letters go back to the start of the direct mail days. They are pre-internet. So they are persuasive sales argument that are sent out to the masses for the purpose of selling a product or service. And today, you'll see a lot of sales letters commonly used on online sales pages. So even if you click on a page or click on an ad, go to a page, you might see just this long bit of text. And a good portion of people never read all of it. Some of those are they're so extensive and comprehensive that people are like, okay, I get the point. What's the next step? But there are people who read all the way through. And what this is just the best sales argument that marketers can come up with for their product or service. It's the reason why. It's the benefits for the prospect, for the ideal customer, why you should take action, why this is important to you. And so much goes into these because the goal is to bridge the gap from where people are to where they need to be in order to make a buying decision. And so I heard it was Dan Kennedy who said, I think it was in his Ultimate Sales Letter book that I read this. But the best sales letters aren't written, they are assembled. And so, a little picture of a car here, because in the same way, like the best cars, they assemble the parts individually. Like you get the parts and you put them together, and sometimes you'll have to manufacture specific new parts for a car, but for the most part, it's cars are these individual parts you put together to make it go vroom vroom. You see what I'm saying? So for you, what are the benefits of having a VSL? Well, basically it's this. You have a 24/7, 365 sales machine. Your best salesman works for you 24/7, 365. They never complain about not getting paid enough. They never complain that they need more time off. You capture you, making your best sales argument. How powerful is that? It's the refined presentation that works time and time again. So it's going to engage and captivate your audience. It's going to be scalable and automated. It's going to improve your conversion rates. and it's going to educate and address objections that your prospect may have. Now, we would be remiss when talking about VSLs if we didn't talk about this one principle that I'm calling the power of 1%. I want to walk you through a scenario because you might be saying, okay, all this sounds beautiful. I understand it's automated. I understand that you send traffic to it and I'm making my best presentation and that it's captured. Cool. But what does it tangibly mean? So let's say hypothetically, you're selling a high ticket program at $5,000. So initially you have no VSL. You're just like, okay, I'm sending traffic from one way or another, maybe ads, maybe content, and you're sending it to a page where it just says, hey, book a call, or hey, whatever your call to action is. And let's say hypothetically, you get 1,000 visitors to that page. So that conversion rate is about 1%. So for every 1,000 people you send, you get 10 sales because it's 1% of 1,000, 10 sales. Those 10 sales buy a $5,000 product, $50,000 in revenue. Now, what could happen to you and your business if you took that 1% and made it into 2%? Right? Just the power of 1%. How would that make a difference in your business? So let's run it. Same 1,000 visitors, conversion rate increases to 2%. We've doubled it. Sales from those 1,000 visitors, you got 20 sales now. Okay? Those 20 sales, again, $100,000 in revenue. You have doubled your business. Now, I'm supposed to say 3, but yeah, let's say we go up to 3%. A funnel, same funnel, going 1 to 3%, 1,000 visitors, conversion rate 3% thanks to the VSL, and then all of a sudden, 3% of 1,000 visitors, you got 30 sales. Those 30 sales, $5,000, $150,000. You see what you've done? By just adding a percentage point, you have doubled and you have tripled your business. Now, I'm not saying that every VSL that you add is going to do that, but I'm saying that the power of a VSL is you can optimize your system, your sales process, that you can get a percentage point adjustment. It's very well possible. I've heard stories of people who have even added it to a traditional like door-to-door sales process. And as simple as they have a solid VSL that when people go knock on the door, they say, hey, I have this thing that I need to share with you. Would just go scan this QR code, watch this video real quick. People go and they'll watch like a little 2-minute video and be like, huh, that was a complicated idea, but it's simple. Yeah, I'm interested. Boom. It just bridges the gap so much easier. It takes so much pressure off your sales team because you have that proven presentation that works. You have refined it. And again, it's consistent and it's scalable. So let's talk about a use case of a VSL. What is a situation or system in which you could use this? So let's say you've got your traffic. For the sake of this, we'll just call whatever content or ads you're using, just ads. And let's say you send it to an opt-in page. Now right here, it's where you'd have your little VSL. And again, there are so many different ways you can do this, but this is just an example. So here is your opt-in page. You want to make sure that you capture their name, email, ideally phone number if you can, if it's a high ticket funnel. And again, this first part is just to attract the right prospects. And that's what the VSL is going to do and help to filter out the wrong ones. Because the last thing you want is for them to get all the way to your booking page to get on your calendar and somebody say, oh, I didn't know this was going to be a sales call, or I didn't know that this was going to cost money. And you're like, well, what do you think is going to happen? How many of you have heard the old excuse, well, I can't afford this? You can mitigate the amount of that and the amount of frustration that you're going to have at the end of a sales call of having to feel like you're just fighting tooth and nail just to get them to do the very thing that you're going to help them. You help your prospects help themselves easier with this process because you don't have to fight them at the end of a sales call when you drop the price because you can filter it in such a way. right? With the VSL and especially the application. VSL attracts the right people. The application is they're going to help you filter and gather the data. So when they get to your sales team's calendar, you have options, right? So if you can tell somebody's not going to be a good fit based on this, cancel the appointment right away. If you have if they're kind of borderline and you're like, you know what, let me see, you can pick up a phone before, the date that they selected and you say, hey, I had a few questions before we move forward, before we have the call. Can you answer those real quick? And you can get clarity. So this is just a simple funnel, right? With the opt-in, application, a booking page, and then a little thank you page that confirms the call. And what you can also do is put some next steps on that. That's a great use of the thank you page. Also, encourage them to get connected with you on other social platforms and so on and so forth. And this doesn't even include the emails that you would do to follow up and make sure people actually book a call. But this is just a simple structure. That's a simple application of where and how you might use that VSL. So going back to that 1% principle, of all that traffic you're sending here, if you get that percentage up from a 1 to a 2 or a 3, that one simple fix, that one simple thing you've done, if you do nothing else, you keep everything in your business the same, the offer the same, the amount of traffic the same, you fix this, double your business, triple your business. And if you want to keep making the same amount, spend less on ads to make the same amount. You can do that because you fix that. You fix that first step of the process. And this is the power of what a VSL can help you do. Now, if you're somebody who says, okay, I want to see some VSLs in action, a couple things that we can do. Number one, go check out mine. What's it going to hurt? So, for those of you who are like, I need to figure out how to attract clients and make it rain, go here, paytonigo.com/rainmaking. That's going to show you how, as an expert, coach, or consultant, you can go attract clients and make it rain. But if you're somebody who's like, okay, you know what, I'm just new to business. I'm new to trying to find clients online. I don't really know what to do to start. Go right here, paytonigo.com/online business 101. Give you some foundational elements, give you some guidance. And again, both of these are free. Go check them out. I made them for you to help you. And then if you're somebody who says, look, I'm happy to go look at those, but what I really want to do is I need to get help myself. I need to know what to do for my specific business. Go to my site, paytonigo.com right now. Go book a call with me. You'll talk directly to me, and we'll see what the best way to solve that problem is. You might not need a VSL. 100%. You might not. Although you might. Because really, there's two things that you need. You need a sales process, but you also need traffic. If you have traffic, but you don't have a sales process, what do you have? Oh, you're probably less than desirable business than what you could have. Probably a little bit more broke than you could be. Now, what if you have a great sales process, but you don't have any traffic? Well, then you don't know if you got a great sales process because you got no traffic. So either way, if you need help on the traffic or the conversion side, I'm going to help you with that. So let's go talk about that. Go to paytonigo.com right now, book a call with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.